Hello YouTubers, it's Championdjk coming at you yet again with another weekly update video showing you what I got this week. Was able to get some pretty cool stuff this week. So starting with my buddy Suresh, I had mentioned last week that he had scored the M2 Auto Japan set, and he was able to find, he found not only the raw 1 of 250 piece, he also found this one, the 1 of 750, and since I sort of, I guess, tipped him off that they were hitting, he decided to hook me up with this as an RAOK. So thank you very much, Suresh, for this. I really, really do appreciate it. He said I could do whatever I wanted with it, trade it, sell it, whatever. He didn't care, but he wanted me to have it, and that's just way cool. So awesome of you to do. I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do with it, but since it was a gift, I'm really tempted to just keep it and put it with the Auto Japan set. So really neat to get that. And this actually does look pretty cool in person, I must say. It's pretty neat, you know, with the black trim. So that's pretty awesome. So I got that Chase from Suresh. He also hooked me up. He picked up one of these for me. It's Johnny Lightning. This is the I guess it's not really black. It's black sapphire poly, so it's kind of a metal flake, apparently. Probably just looks black in the camera, but we're going to crack this because I already do have one of these. I'm going to crack this in the second half. We'll take a closer look at it. Today, I went to Toys R Us and scored big time. I mean, more than you really could ever ask for. They had stocked a bunch of stuff. There was like 2 cases of Auto World, but it was an older case with the yellow Trans Am, and there was no Ultra Red in there. But they did stock a case of Classic Gold, so I was able to pick up this guy, this Ford F-150. It's pretty sweet. That's pretty awesome. I picked up this Dodge. Oh wait, this isn't a Dodge. This is a Ford too, ain't it? Yeah, no, Chevy. Whoops! Anyway, this Chevy pickup. This thing's pretty sweet too, in orange. Really cool little truck. And then scored this White Lightning. This guy right here. Here's your Dodge. Dodge Charger. White Lightning. That's pretty sweet. These things are, you know, a little tricky. They just have the white base, but I think they all have White Lightning on the letter, in the letters for the tires, which we'll take a close look at that in the second half of the video. And then also scored this White Lightning. That is really cool. This is a Mustang Mach 1. Really, really neat to get that. I believe the Mach 1 has been used already since Johnny Lightning came out. Sorry, I gotta get up for a second. And because I do have this one. This is a Mach 1, right? Yeah, 70 Mach 1. Well, this is a 69 Mach 1. Pretty sure these are the same casting, though. This is the first White Lightning I ever found, and then I found this one today. This one goes for some pretty good cash on eBay. I'm not really sure exactly what I'm going to do with it, trade it or sell it or what, but they sell for like around, yeah, I think the cheapest one was 90 bucks, but more towards $120 is kind of the going rate for these. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that, but real tempted to either trade it off for a bunch of stuff I want or get some cash for it and just use that as some money to spend. So those 2 White Lightnings I found, and then I also found this Gold Strike. This is a Racing Champions Gold Strike. This is release D of this, so I think these are limited to like 1506. It doesn't say, or does it say? It doesn't say on the packaging, but if you look on AutoWorldStore.com, you can see this release and what it's actually limited to, and I think it's like 1506, I want to say. So this Gold Strike's actually pretty limited, these being 2% of the production line. This is the first time I found a Racing Champions Chase that actually has the gold body. The other ones prior to this were had gold rims and darkened windows. But yeah, this is pretty cool to find a Gold Strike like this. I'm not sure, no, but yeah, pretty cool. So I found that, and then I also picked up a couple of these. There was 2 of these there, and I picked both of them up. One of them is for Heavy Metal 164. The other one I am going to crack, so we'll take a look at that in the second half. So there's my Toys R Us haul, which was amazing. I haven't found 3 chases in one store in a long time, and it doesn't happen often, obviously. Now, the other thing that was hitting this week were N-Case Hot Wheels, so I did pick up some N-Case. this would have been the Super had I found it. I went to my Walmart when I knew cases were hitting, and did not get a Super. There were 4 cases, and somebody else got the Super. My buddy Jeremy Bolter was there, and he didn't get one either, but David Ritchie got one. So congrats to you, bud, for getting the Camaro Super. That's pretty awesome. Didn't get the Super, but I got everything else. Of course, there was this in the case, too, a bunch of these. And it was the Zamac case at Walmart, so we got, there's one Zamac. Here's the other, the Bluebird wagon. Of course, I picked up as many of these as I could. I only ended up with 3 of them. We're going to crack one. I'm going to crack all these Hot Wheels, so we can just take a brief look at them real quick. Just that. Picked up the pedal driver. I like that casting for some odd reason. The McLaren, the Ford GT. These 3. And, of course, the cool Combi. So we'll crack all those in the second half of the video and just take a close look at each one of them. Just some mainline Hot Wheels. That's a really good case, though. The N case is an excellent case. Lots of good models in that case. There's some carryovers that were really good, too, that I didn't show you here. But, yeah, really, really cool. Did not pick up the D-Muscle, which was the other Zamac one. Didn't really care for it. Oh, yeah, also, Suresh also gave me this. I forgot to mention that. We're going to crack this little guy in the second half. And then we're going to crack a few other oddball Johnny Lightnings. These have been laying around for a while. This is limited 1 of 1,000 apparently. But I've had these for a while. And then this guy is a Johnny Lightning Collectors Club bus. And then this is also a Johnny Lightning Collectors Club bus. So I want to crack these. They've been sitting around for a long time. And I can't really hang them on my pegboard. One of them already has one of these hang tags in here. And if you try to rip it off, which I might as well, because I'm going to do it, it just ruined the card anyway. So, and of course I'm becoming more of a loose collector these days. We're going to rip those open. And then I'm also going to rip open these 2 special edition, 1 of 5,000. So there's a lot of these, but these Acura NSXs. So I'll go ahead and open up these. We'll take a close look at those. And I think that is going to be it. So let's go ahead and flip the camera around, take a close look at some of this stuff. I'll show you those White Lightnings close up and rip some stuff open. Thank you. Okay, so starting out, we won't take too much time to re-look at the Chase haul from the week, but here's this guy from Suresh. And man, this actually really does look very cool in person. It really does. So, you know, I'm more leaning towards definitely just keeping this instead of trying to get an ultra red for it or something like that I want. And then we got this guy here, this White Lightning. There's the white base. And my camera, let's see if you're going to be able to look at. You can see White Lightning on the tires there. There it is. So, yeah, so those say White Lightning on the tires and they have white base. I'm not super into the white base White Lightnings. I think they are cool, but I really like it to look more obvious that it's a Chase piece. I don't know, just so it looks a lot different from the regular car. It'd be cool if this actual, like the body color was actually different than any of the normal releases too. That would be kind of neat, something like that. It doesn't have to be white. You could still have the white traits, but then just actually paint it a different color that you can't get in a regular release. So that might be something cool to do. Anyway, so there's that guy. And Chase number 3, this White Lightning is crazy looking. It's white all over except for the base. And the interior is black too. But white tires, white rubber tires, pearl white paint on the body. So, but pretty cool looking. It is pretty sharp looking. This is a pretty neat piece. So there's that. And then this Gold Strike. Racing Champions Gold Strike. So there is that. It looks pretty cool. I almost like second guessed if it was a Chase or not when I was looking at it. But yeah, it's definitely, it's gold and it's got a white top. I think the other one would have a brown top or black top and it's brown or something like that, the regular release. So pretty cool to find that. So 4 Chases to the collection. And then sticking with Racing Champions for a second, let's go ahead and crack this Bronco. I already cut it open. These come with these kind of neat collector boxes. Now the 2017 series, of course, though, is now just cardboard, not clamshell anymore. And I kind of like that. I prefer that they do that, stick with that format. So there it is. There's your Bronco. 1980 Ford Bronco. And kind of a, I don't know what you call this color, seafoam green. Opening hood. These Broncos are just really, really cool. And yeah, they released a lot of them already. There was 4 different ones in this color. Ooh, got a tire that's coming off here, preventing it from rolling. There we go. There we go. So, yeah, there's 4 of them. There's a red one, there's this one, there's a blue one, and a tan one, I believe. And then, of course, 2 different gold strike variations of this, I believe. Or for sure one. I don't know if there's a variation. That's the thing I'm not really clear on. Oh yeah, I know there is. There is a gold strike variation. I think there's one that just has gold rims, and I think there's one that's a gold body, and that is the variation. The gold body one you'll find in either the C or the D release, and the gold rim ones you'll probably find in the A or the B release. Okay, that's my guess. It's probably how they did it. I'm not sure. But anyway, this is a really cool casting. So they released it the 4 times, plus possibly the 2 chases from this release, and then there is another release of this with the police lights on the top, the light bar. So there's that one to look out for too. So this one does have kind of a wonky axle in the back, I think. It's not really held down as far as it should be. Don't know what's up with that, or if it's just this tire coming off or whatever. But that's a bummer. And normally this is really good quality control, but I'll have to take a look into that if I can fix that later. But it rolls okay, I guess. So there's that. Anyway, enough with Racing Champions. But this piece is pretty cool. These Broncos are really neat. I've got 2 different ones of these loose, and I got 2 different ones of the police variation loose as well. So there's that. Sticking with Johnny's, let's crack some of these here. Actually, let's go this order. Let's do this guy first, this Firebird. These are very cool. I cracked one of these in the other color, which was more of like an orange. And then here is this black sapphire poly, which it is a navy blue. It's just a really, really dark blue. This casting is really neat. I really enjoy it. I think it's very, very cool. You got the defogger in the back. That's what that is. And really, really neat. The hood should open on this, if I can get it open. There we go. There it is with your opening hood. It looks pretty cool. Decent amount of detail in there. Actually, is the car battery in there, I can see. So that is pretty awesome. This one is an OK roller. It's got a bit of a wobble to one of the tires. And I think that's just the rubber not on all the way. So a little adjusting, I can probably get that to roll good. But this is just a really cool piece. I really dig it. Johnny Lightning did a great job on this casting. Added a lot of detail to this. So very, very awesome. So there is that. And then sticking with Johnny Lightning, changing to some older stuff. This is limited 1 of 5,000 Playing Mantis era Acura NSX. And I don't think I really dig the way they tooled this casting, but we're going to open it and take a look. Yeah, we got some problems right off the bat. This tire is totally frozen, stuck, solid, and it looks like it's almost like weird. I don't know if you can see that at all, but it almost looks like the wheels were like hot glued on. Like glued on. I don't know. This is really strange. This one's totally locked solid. Now it's starting to move. Still doesn't really roll. But anyway, they didn't do, I don't think, a great job with the proportions of this car. This tool just looks off. Maybe especially with these wheels, maybe. I don't know. Not a very great looking Acura NSX, but why not? Let's crack the black one too. I want to say I got these a long time ago from maybe Paul Wooten, I think. This one rolls a bit better. It's still got some weird glue on it. That's really strange. What the deal is with that. But you can pick it off or peel it off. Tires are under there. That is really weird. This one rolls a lot better, but again, it sits like super high. This casting sits on these wheels. It looks ridiculous. So, not a huge fan of the way they tooled this. Say it again. The paint's got some orange peel in it and stuff too. Just not really the quality that Johnny Lightning puts out today. And that's the thing. I mean, Johnny Lightning's had such a variance in quality over the years, and this came out in probably 95, judging by the copyright date. So, these are kind of a bummer, but that's all right. So let's move on to some what I think is some cool Johnny Lightning. Here's this guy. This is Johnny Lightning Collectors Club Hippie Bus. According to the sticker on the bottom, and I bought these at a secondhand store, that there were 5,000 of these made, and this was 2001. So we're gonna go ahead and open it up. This is an old Johnny Lightning bus casting, and it really does have a lot of metal, all solid metal. It's a heavy VW van casting, and this one looks pretty cool. It rolls good. Tires are on. There's no weird glue or anything. Paint scheme's kind of cool. Got your sun and moon, and that's pretty neat. We'll leave that one out here for a minute. This one was also in 2001, and it says 5,000 were made. So let's go ahead and open that one up. And there's that hippie bus. That's pretty cool. You got the peace sign, some music notes, rubber tires. It's of course all metal. These are cool little buses that I'm going to add to my VW bus collection. And then sticking with Volkswagen for a moment, and I guess we can kind of leave these out here now. Here's another Johnny Lightning, the Love Machine. Now, I don't know what the deal is with this. This says limited 1 of 1,000. I don't know if it's an official Johnny Lightning release or what, because it says on the back here, Dan's Diecast, P.O. Box, whatever, Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. Wauwatosa, that's how you pronounce that. Anyway, that's, I'm not sure exactly where that is in relationship to my city in Appleton. But there's that. So, I don't know if that guy's still around, but with Dan's Diecast. I don't know if you could get these, like, commissioned to be made, like an MJ Toys exclusive or what, and if that's what this is, I'm really not entirely sure, but it's a pretty cool little piece. It's an all-metal Beetle. You got surfboards on top, flowers. That's a cool Beetle to add to the collection. Goes nice with these guys back here, so that is pretty cool. Alright, so moving on to Hot Wheels, but sticking with VW for just a second. We've got this guy. This was an old Pop Culture Saturday Evening Post. We'll go ahead and open it up. I do not have this one, so glad to add this guy to my collection. As you guys are figuring out, that I do definitely collect VW vans and Beetles. There's certain castings I go after more than others. This really isn't one of the castings that I ever really try to go after a ton of, but I know there's quite a few out there, and I do have a few variations of it anyway. But there's this guy, the Volkswagen Deluxe Station Wagon is what they have this listed as. But yeah, pretty cool. So there is that. Put that back there by the VWs, and then we got a couple of mainline Hot Wheels. Here's this VW truck, which these we don't have to spend a whole ton of time on them because you guys are seeing them hit Walmarts everywhere, at least if you're in the U.S. So this truck casting's pretty cool. Here's, of course, the original color it was put out in this year. So this is a new model for 2017, and I don't know which one I prefer. Probably prefer the original one. The less loud colors, I think, looks a little bit better. But they both are pretty neat. So there is those. And then, of course, cool combi. So here's a cool combi in Moon Eyes Surf Shop. Go ahead and open that guy up. And that is a pretty cool combi. This would be a very good one for customizers because you get the chrome. It's just a chrome base, clear windshield. Basic interior color, tan color, so definitely people will be picking these up and probably grabbing a bunch of them to make customs of, because Cool Combi is definitely one of the funnest little cars to customize, so that is really neat. Grab that, and we can put the Cool Combi on the back of the bus there, or the back of the truck. And moving on, let's take a look at the Zamax. We got the wagon and this guy. We'll take a look at this guy first. This Dodge Dart actually looks really, really cool. I love the color of the flames. It's kind of like a brown with tan outline on the Zamac color. Just looks really, really cool. I think they did a great job with the color scheme on this one. Just looks awesome, I think. It was very striking when I first saw it. Thought it was really cool, so I picked up a couple of them. And normally I would have only picked up maybe 2 of them, just left the other one behind. The other one has a brown windshield too. But that actually does look really, really neat. I think this one looks cool. So that is awesome. But of course, this guy here, the Bluebird wagon. I think we're going to see one more recolor of this yet this year too, aside from the blue one, of course, that was also found in this case. So it's pretty cool. There were like 2 of these in each case and 3 of these, so you have 5 Bluebirds in each case that we went through. So got a few of those. And I think it did a really good job with this one too. I think the color scheme looks great. The orange and yellow kind of thing with the yellow windshield. I think that actually looks really awesome. So great job on that. These will be sought after, I'm sure, because they're U.S. Walmart only, and it's going to be tough for some people that don't live in the U.S. to get these, so I'm sure people will be paying premiums for them. I was only able to get a couple of them, but 1 loose and 2 carded, so I'm happy with the 3 I got, and that's pretty cool to have. So there's that, and let's just crack the rest of these quick. We got the GTR, sticking with some JDM stuff. Apparently there's a lot of these coming out with tampo slide errors, where this tampo will be a little bit high up, and it looks like there's an orange line in between, but really it's just a tampo slide. I think they did a good job with this casting. This is the new 2017 Nissan GTR R35. Real basic, how we like it. Detail in the rear, detail in the front. No craziness going on. Nice paint job, and looks pretty good. People will definitely be hoarding that one, I'm sure. One that probably won't get hoarded, but I think looks awesome, is the McLaren F1 GTR. And this one looks great in the colors that they have it in. Black and red and white. I just think that's a sharp looking car. Pretty cool. It's definitely an interesting car. The steering wheel's in the center. I like it. I think that looks great. I grabbed a couple extra ones of these because I'd like to do a custom of this car. I think I could do something cool with it. That'd be fun. So grab that. And then another cool casting, your 2017 Ford GT. Open that up. In yellow. This is a recolor. We've seen it in silver this year. And now yellow. Looks pretty nice in yellow. Pretty cool casting. Still basic with just some front detail. Nothing really in the rear, but some stripes. It looks good. I think it looks good. And then, let's see here. Then this casting I collect, this Chevelle. I love it. I love this casting. This blue color is pretty cool. They came out with the orange one or whatever. Orangish one. Earlier this year, and now this blue one. This hasn't been the best year, I guess, as far as how these looked. I enjoy them more with more of a racing deco with like a number on the side. I think that's more appropriate for this casting, but I had to pick up this one and, of course, the other one that came out this year. It's a pretty cool casting. It's wide. I like how wide it is, and it's a pretty substantial amount of metal in the body, so it's a cool casting. So there's that, and then last and probably least, the pedal driver. I like the little pedal driver. When I first started kind of getting back into collecting Hot Wheels, I thought this casting was cool when it came out. It's little flames, little pedal driver, little pedal car. That was pretty cool. So I have one of each variation that's come out. And so, of course, I had to pick up this green one. And that's pretty much it. I think that's all I've had to show you. So, pretty good week. Overall, definitely a good week, I should say. Finding 3 chases today was completely unexpected. I normally don't even have Sundays off from work. Usually I have to work, so there's no way I can hunt anyway. Just went there, not expecting them to get a truck at all, and couldn't believe it. So I could not believe. I just, 2 white lightnings and a gold strike. If I would have got an ultra red on top of all that, I would have did a backflip in the store. So that's going to be it for this week, guys. Thank you guys very much for watching another week, and have a good one. Find some cool stuff. We'll see you next week.